Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing a Lexus IS 300. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Lexus here in Murray, Utah for giving me some time with this car. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6 that goes through a 6-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 19 around town, and then 26 on the highway, with power outputs being 260 horsepower and then 236 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, this one's finished in Cloudburst Gray, which is a really cool color, and then you guys can see here with the sharp lines. And then popping down below, look at the headlight design. I mean, that absolutely pops. And then notice we got all of the chrome trim here with the grille. And then I like the Lexus logo with this car because it just really pops. And putting it all together, let me guys think about the looks here with the IS 300. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 235/40/19 in the front and over in the rear. And you guys can see here with the wheels, you've got that silver trim, which I think contrasts pretty nicely to the Cloudburst Gray on this. And then notice with the mirror caps, how it's the body colored portion on the bottom and then it's blacked out on the top. And then you got more of that chrome trim around the windows. And then here is your full side view with the IS 300. And then taking a look at the key fob, we have our lock and unlock function. We have the opening for the trunk, and then you guys can see the Lexus logo as well. And popping into said trunk, you can see storage space back here is pretty solid. Again, this is Lexus's smaller car, but I mean, it's still really practical. When you're all done, pretty easy to get that closed. No spoiler with this package. Notice the cool light bar design here on the back end, and then of course IS 300 all-wheel drive. And putting it all together, let me guys think about the looks here with the IS 300. Now taking a look at the door panel in the back, it's actually soft touch here at the top and down below where you're going to rest your arm. Really nice material use for a more baseline car actually. And then you guys can see with the seats perforated all down the center portion, nice soft touch trim on the sides. And then when it comes to legroom, again, the IS is a little bit of a smaller car, but I mean, I do fit back here technically. Got some vents here in the center. We also have a cup holder armrest setup, which is pretty cool if you ask me. And then last but not least, headroom. I mean, I'm almost touching the top. Now taking a look at the door panel here, you guys can see soft touch here at the top and then also down below. All of our window controls here, mirror adjustments, got your memory seat function, and then blind spot with the mirrors. And then looking at the seats perforated all down the center portion, power adjustments on the side, and then you can see this with the sunshade, which is funny. And then the steering wheel is power adjustable, and then you got soft touch on the dash. It's all over. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you guys can see soft touch all around. We got paddle shifters here in the back for the 6-speed. We also have practical controls here, like your adaptive cruise control, for example, lane keep assist. We got your volume and voice command controls, all of that, and then your regular stocks here on the back. Mostly analog gauge cluster here, but we can scroll through some different menus there in the center to see different bits of info on systems within the car itself. And then you also be able to see the drive mode within that center screen as well. Pretty normal backup camera here, trajectory lines turn with the steering wheel, and resolution, I mean, it's pretty decent. Now I'm kind of struggling to get the screen to pick up on my camera view, but anyways, this is not Lexus's newest unit. This is kind of like the prior gen infotainment system. It still responds quickly. You can control it with touchscreen function or a keypad. Then we got the Lexus clock down below, and then you guys can see we got our climate controls right here. Dual zone climate with it, and it's got the cool little sliders for the temperature. Then analog controls for the radio, and then this actually does have heated and ventilated seats and a heated steering wheel. Shifter there for the 6-speed automatic. Drive mode select here, and then you got your snow mode, stability control, auto hold, and then this is the keypad to control the infotainment system. Some cup holders here, and then you got the center console. Nice trim here on the top. I like the stitching across the dash. I don't know if it's going to pop up on camera very well. And then pretty big with the glove box. And then last but not least, we do have a sunroof up top. Now here's a bonus sticker for this IS 300. You guys can see all of the standard equipment. There's your base MSRP. And then this has a few options added to it, including the premium package. Total MSRP $49,165. And let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood, both the mirrors, dual blind spot warning, the rest of the rear, and well, let us set off in the IS 300. I reviewed the turbo version the other week, so I wanted to come back and review the V6 all-wheel drive 300 just to see, you know, if it, you know, obviously the practicality with this one is it has all-wheel drive. Man, 50-point turn, by the way. It has all-wheel drive, but, you know, it also, is it like, hey, is the turbo that much better with the driving experience that, like, you know, it's worth conceding the all-wheel drive factor and going to the rear-wheel drive with the turbo? And yeah, that's what we're gonna try to figure out today. First off, well, apparently I'm completely blocked. Oh my gosh, I am like as blocked as it gets. This guy, I think, is broken down. Suspension smooth, so that's nice. Seat comfort's really good. Yeah, I always love how Lexus's drive. They're just so comfortable. It's a really nice experience. It's quiet too, so I think that also kind of adds to the luxury experience. I almost want, yeah, I'm gonna turn on my cooled seat. It's weird because it's like 45 degrees outside, but it's feeling toasty with the sun heating up the cabin of this car. And I will say, I do like the materials Lexus uses for their interior because they do hold up. I've noticed over lots of miles, this interior holds up really well. So I think that's another big plus. And I mean, so far the V6, I'm not really noticing a downside with this compared to the turbo. Feels like it's got enough torque. Feels like when you get into the throttle, it gets up and it moves. It doesn't struggle. Well, let's cross the good old train tracks here. Plunk plunk, as I like to say. And ooh. Yeah, 6-speed's not nearly as refined as the 8-speed that you have in the turbo IS 300. Power feels good. I think the turbo feels a little bit better. So that does put us in an interesting predicament here. I know that, okay, so look at this from this perspective. V6, right, going to be more reliable, naturally aspirated, less happening. So if you're looking for reliability and if you're looking for all-wheel drive, right, you got to go with the V6. And that was cool. That was a Juke Nismo. But when it comes to driving, yeah, the 4-cylinder turbo drives better. The 8-speed, I think the performance on that's better, smoother, all of that. And then, you know, when it comes to the and then the other part of it, I would say, would be, yeah, the turbo nature of it. Just the power delivery and everything, it feels a little bit punchier. So I do think that if you don't need the all-wheel drive, I think the regular IS 300, yeah, from a driving experience perspective, would be the route to go. But if you do need the all-wheel drive, then yeah, V6 is fine. It's just not punchy. And I mean, I kind of lean more towards going to the IS 350 if you're gonna go all-wheel drive with the V6, because I think that, yeah, at least go for the car with the extra power. Let me know what you guys think about the IS 300. Let me know if you'd go V6 or if you would go 2.0 turbo with this car. Man, the handling's so good in this. But yeah, let me know what you think.